Hi, I'm Emily Baker. I'm a spiritual medium and a psychic artist. Hello and welcome. I'm also a complementary therapist, by the way. I do aromatherapy and reflexology. But besides all of that, I also have set out a set of cards called the Perceptionary cards. I thought this year, 2021, I would actually do once a month a reading. Now this is a video obviously because I'm doing it at the beginning of the month, as I'm doing Facebook Lives on the first Saturday and the third Saturday of every month. So 2 Facebook Lives every month. And there you can ask me questions either about complementary therapies, you can ask me questions about mediumship, whatever. So today I'm going to be doing my reading for this month with picking out cards. Now I'm just shuffling the deck here. This is the back of the deck. And these are what the cards look like, by the way, just to show you. Just throw them in front of my face. So they're non-prescribed set of cards, i.e. they're there for you to use your imagination. They are there for you to expand your imagination. For those who do readings with cards, they are great for you to think about colours. What do colours mean to you? What does symbolism, symbols of having a look at perhaps a horse running, what does that mean to you? So it's all of those kind of things. And I'm going to be looking here today at, I'll have a look at what I feel for this month. Now I did do one for last month. So again, I'm going to be doing a video every month for these. So 12. There's 49 in the pack itself. And those, I'm just shuffling a bit more. And for the shuffle. And I tend to hold the pack this way around because otherwise I can't shuffle them. For those of you who have got perhaps children, these cards are great for opening up their imagination. If they're having to do storytelling, or you don't want them to be sitting in front of the TV, and maybe the storytelling doesn't actually have to be written down. They could tell you what the story is in the card. I'll show you in a bit when I picked a card. Right, so it's for this month. It's for February. For February, please. For February. Cool. Okay, February. Right. Picked a card. Putting the others away now. And here we go. Right. Oh, similar-ish to last month. So I'm going to now be deciding which way up. That's quite a positive way up. Looks like a butterfly from this angle. Okay. Trying not to get too much of a kind of reflection from the window. Which way around do I want to go? So what I'm doing now is just to feel which way around I want it to go. Okay. Right, okay. Now it's either going to be that way around, or that way around. So I've eliminated one way. And that's the beauty of these cards. So really you've actually got over 196 cards because you can go any which way around. Right, so let me just, sorry about the reflection, do apologise. Okay, it's going to be this way around, right, that way round. Just let me have a look. Okay. It's actually better on the screen than it is. It's quite dark here. Okay, so for me, this, like I said, this is quite positive in a way. Now, for any of you, we're at 2nd of February. Today's the 2nd of February. So we're early and into the month. These are again my Perceptionary cards. And for me, this is quite positive because it has a lot of different colours in it. It's not just one solid colour. So we've got blues, we've got greens, we've got pinks. We've got kind of lilac and lavenders down here. And you see this? This looks like a bird, like a peacock, or a stork, even when it's just standing there in the water magnificently, just about to open up its wings and just kind of expand itself. For me, this is for me here, actually when I looked at it, I went, oh gosh, it's a Yeti. But it feels like a cumbersome. It feels very much as though it's a burden down here. It feels very heavy. And I think that's where we're at this moment. It feels, for me, the energy around just walking around, going through town. And I don't think it's been like that for a couple of days of just being quite heavy. However, I was speaking to my friend, today is Tuesday, and I was speaking to my friend on Saturday. I left her a voice message, and I was eating some Bombay mix. Now, Bombay mix, this one didn't actually have numbers that I can remember, and I was slightly hyper. And she said, I listened to your voice message 2 or 3 times and it just made me laugh, Emily. Hyper on Bombay mix. And by the way, I don't drink alcohol, for those who ask. I have not had any alcohol, I think, for, see, I have to think about this now, 2, I think, years. Definitely had nothing last year. Don't really remember having any the year previously. And if I did, it was just the 1 glass. So I don't really drink alcohol. I don't actually drink Coca-Cola. I don't drink fizzy drinks. I don't drink hot drinks. Yes, I am just on plain water. That's all that I drink. So if you do see me, that's all that I drink. And actually, can I just say, for anyone who is wanting to help their kidneys out, please drink water, because I had some blood tests done recently. My doctor was astounded. He said, oh my God, you shouldn't have kidneys working this well. That is through water, drinking water only. Cold or hot, I don't do hot drinks, so I'll leave hot water. Yeah, no. But yeah, can see that. Room temperature, I've just brought myself into being acceptable. Normally I like ice cold water, ice cold fizzy water. On a summer's day, beautiful, can glug the stuff down. Anyway, I'm digressing. So for me, this feels as though, especially this person here, and I can see that it looks like a person with long hair from this angle, lifting, having the weight of the world on their shoulders, and it feels as though not getting help and support. But I don't say, I see that as almost being kind of like the past. Here we have this kind of gorilla, yeti, whatever. For me, it looks like a yeti, but lifting, carrying, but also one with great strength and fortitude and being able to move forward. Now, all of the things that I see, the stalk, the person's looking this way, the yeti's looking this way, out of the card, which indicates to me that, you know, it's a movement, it's not staying still. And I don't think things this month are going to stay still. I think there's going to be lots of movement around, and I know things every day are changing, but for me, it's very much, let me just have a look at the colours. I've got to take my glasses off here. Okay. Right, okay. So for me here, this colour is coming up quite bluish, and that indicates kind of emotions. That indicates for me again about communication. Now, last month I had a card, and again it was very much more a navy blue. This is much more of a turquoise blue. And I say it's a turquoisey blue, but it is still a blue, so it's lighter, but it's got a hint of green in it. So therefore, I feel as though it's much more learning. It's lighter communication. It's not the aggressive communication. It's not the heavy-handed communication. It's very much on a lighter level. I feel as though there's lots of movement, and simply because that's with all the lines, I don't feel things are settled. Things are still going to be progressing. Okay, so if we look at it for this, and we can say, oh, well, there's 2 lines, obviously. Now, I'm going to say that this up here, this is the line that I'm going to be looking at. This line here at the bottom, this is the weight that we carry. This is what we carry on our shoulders. This is our burdens. What are we doing with our burdens? What are we doing with ourselves? Now, when people look at spirituality, and I had this conversation with myself, as you do, and actually it was with Spirit, and I was talking about spirituality. So I was doing this soliloquy to my, and the soliloquy is basically talking to oneself. It's like a monologue about spirituality and saying, what is it? It's about love, it's about light, it's about peace. Okay, but it's also about learning about ourselves, and it's learning about who we are and learning that we are spirit. Now, if spirit is light and about love, we contain that love, we contain that light. My gosh, I've just watched a video about monks who turn into transcendent light when they're passing over. I've been privileged enough to see my mother pass, and I'm just going to put this down for a minute. And with that, I saw her. I just saw her change, and it was lovely in a way that I wasn't expecting at all. So for me, that is very much about us. It's perhaps that's about me. It's perhaps where I am. I can feel the weight, and yes, it's grey outside. Yes. Is it raining? Yes. Are we due for snow? Yes. Are we due for kind of 4 seasons in one day? Yes, but it's spring. The bulbs are coming out. We've got snowdrops coming out. Some areas have got daffodils coming out. We've got crocuses are coming out. We've got all of the bulbs that we planted or have been planted. They're all starting to germinate and poke their heads up through the soil, which is great. Bluebells, I've seen bluebells leaves coming out and things as well. So, and that's just by walking around, being with nature. We're lucky this time around with this lockdown in that there isn't this prescribed time of you can only be out for 1 hour. We are prescribed in saying stay at home, don't go out unless you have to. But it's also important to understand that we have to look at our health in different ways. There's a physical health and then there's a mental health. And those both are very important. Now, as a complementary therapist, I'm going to say to you, let your wealth be your health, or let health be your wealth, whichever way around, I don't mind. But that's been my slogan. Your health should be your wealth. Because without having that wealth in your health, then how are you expected to do anything and be anything and help anybody? So again, this is very much about, and February is actually a really short month. It's not long at all. It goes flying by. I mean, in a couple of weeks' time, we've got Valentine's Day. In 12 days' time, we've got Valentine's Day. That's halfway through the month. It's a short month. Do you remember that? Because it's only 28 days, I think, this year. I don't think it's leap year. Sorry, I haven't looked at the calendar, but yeah, anyway. So, and then we're into March really, really quickly. Okay, so that for me is about this part here. It's about us. It's about you. It's about those around you, those who are helping you. And when I say it's a burden, it's not, how can I put it? You don't have to carry that weight, because that weight there is not on your shoulders. It may feel like it's there, but it's not. It doesn't have to be. You can stand upright. You can stand up tall. You can stand up proud. You can say, I am this, I am that. Look at the communication going on. Okay. So I've also, for me, this is also about other people around you as well, and having a look for others who are perhaps struggling at the moment as well. Okay. So let's have a look at this top half. Let's have a look at this section up here. The more, some may say more interesting section. So if I'm just going to put this card a little bit closer to the camera, sorry about backlighting. What can I say? Do you know what that looks almost like? a man there with a beard. I'm not putting any names to that at all. But look, I can see. Now, this is where the imagination works, guys. So please bear with me. And honestly, with these cards, perceptionary cards, what I get to see may not be what you get to see. Now, overall, for me, this is like wings opening. This is an expansion. This is about the expansion of allowing that love to come through, because it seeps through everything without those pinks there. And for me, when it's a darker pink, becomes much more unconditional love. We are giving out love as much as receiving love. Okay, that's the important bit. When we are givers, we have to learn to receive. Now, that is a really difficult thing to do. If you are a giver, and I'm a giver, I'm a one who likes to problem solve. I like to solve everyone's problems, but woe betide anyone trying to solve me, because I have great resistance against it. Woe betide it. I love to give presents out to people. Woe betide anyone giving me presents, because then I nip away, come back, and I have to give them something in return straight away. Now, really important about gift giving and about receiving. And that receiving can be in the form of help. That receiving can be in the form of a smile, of acknowledgement, of recognition, of someone loving you, of someone just saying, I love you, of receiving that. You know, thoughts are so powerful. Words can be powerful. But just in receiving that, it can be also very, it can be humbling, absolutely. But it can be very difficult for a lot of people. And I came across a lady once who, it was her birthday, and I was doing a supper somewhere, working away from home, and people were coming up to her and giving her gifts and stuff. I said, oh, no, I really can't. Please, you keep the gifts. Please, I really don't want anything. So I had a word with her, and I'm just going to share this story with you about gift receiving. The receiving part is important, because I have no doubt a lot of us are givers out there, but it's also, you have to receive. It's important to learn about receiving. And it's taken me many years to learn about receiving, and I still struggle with it. Because you see, at the end of the day, when you give a gift to someone, if I can say it out properly, you are giving. You know how it feels within you. You feel elated, you feel happy, you see the joy on their faces when they receive whatever it is that you're giving them, their helping hand, or that you just feel as though those endorphins are ignited in you, aren't they? Okay. When someone gives you a gift and you don't accept it, you're not allowing that person to feel that same endorphin rush that you did. Is that fair? Is that really fair? I mean, they love to give gifts. So why reject it? Why kind of go, oh my God, what are you doing this for? That's fine to ask why this, absolutely, especially if it's not Valentine's or birthday or Christmas or whatever. But to actually kind of say, oh my gosh, I'm not worthy of receiving something. You are in that person's mind and thought. At that time, you are worthy of receiving something, whether it be a helping hand, a smile, a small token. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture of, here's an aeroplane, we're going to fly you to Barbados for 2 weeks. Actually, if someone would like to do that, that'd be fab. But, you know, it's not, I don't expect it. Seriously, I really don't expect it. I'll give you my address later. But no, you know, it's kind of that whole thing of just knowing that someone acknowledges you and someone else is thinking about you in the way that you think about them, and in the way that you say that you love them, they can do the same back to you. And that love and care and that support, we need that. We have got to acknowledge that as much as anything else. This for me feels very supportive. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel kind of, oh, you're better than me and all the rest of that egotistical part. It's like saying, we're here together. We're here as one. And now, at the end of the day, we're all interconnected. I mean, for those who don't believe in the 6 degrees of separation, try it. Try it and see how far you get with it. Could be 6, could be 8. But I think it may be 8 degrees. I say 6, but 8. Bigger person, see how far you get with it. And kind of go down that line. And I've done that, actually. I've gone and said, okay, how can I get to the royal family? And I could do that a little bit quicker than I thought I could with certain members of my family. But I did have to take kind of quite huge leaps. And it wasn't even with my family. It was actually people who I know, who are friends of mine, and then taking another leap and another leap. And it was kind of quite, you can get there. You can get to somewhere. So it is being about that supportiveness, to understand that we're a network, that we are ourselves a community. And when I say ourselves, I mean the world. I don't mean just your neighborhood. You can look at your neighborhood, because I know that it's hugely overwhelming when we think about the world and everything that's going on. So let's bring it in. Bring it in. Just have a look at what's happening with your neighbors. Now, the Muslims have this great thing, and I love it, and that they have this thing of the 40 doors. It's the 40 doors north in front of you, 40 doors to the left of you, 40 doors to the right of you, and the 40 doors behind you. And that is their radius of who they are meant to look after. As they meant. That's the theory. Now, just think, if I was brought up on that ethos, wouldn't that be fabulous? That means we're all there as one great big huge family. We're all looking out for each other, all taking care of each other. And in fact, while I lived in an inner city area, it was very much a case of we all did look out for each other. And I'm quite sure you all look after yourselves as well, and each other in cul-de-sacs. I live in a cul-de-sac. We all keep an eye on each other. We wave to each other. We say hello to each other. All of that kind of thing. So I think for me, this feels very much as though we're going to be able to say, okay, this is us. This is who we are. Let us be able to breathe, and let us be able to kind of share what we're all going through at the moment. Let us be able to, in a calm, rational way, in a way that we are able to share with each other and not be, this doesn't feel aggressive. This doesn't feel as though we're going to be kind of angry at people, but we'll be able to share ideas of kind of saying, actually, could we do this? Can we do this, this and this? Can we perhaps work in this way and that way? So for me, I feel as though this is a card of hopefulness, of kind of, oh, okay, we've kind of come out of that period where it's very segregated. I'm going to find the card for you. Hang on. Bear with. I don't know where I got that one from. Right. It's because I shuffled the cards, that's what it is. I'll show you the way round I had it. So if you've seen my last video, you'll know the card. It's very distinctive. Well, actually, they're all very distinctive. Just, there we go. Right, okay. That was last month's card. That's this month's card. Similar, but a lot lighter. This is a lot lighter than this one. Look how much learning we had to do in January. Look how much communication, strong communication, direct communication. Look how much unconditional love. Look what we went through in January. We had to go through, this almost looks like a heart up here, but we had to go through, and it was this way round as well. And we had to go through all of that. It wasn't that. No, it wasn't that way round. It was that way round. And we had to go through all of that. And look where we are now. Okay, so it's getting lighter. This is almost like the phoenix rising. Look, it almost looks like the wings are being spread open. It's allowed to kind of breathe and soar and open up that chest. Be able to feel and breathe in that spring air that's coming towards us. Be able to kind of say, okay, This is the direction I want to go in. This is all that of my knowledge. This is all that I have, and I want to carry with me and take with me, but it will be changing. So the green part there, that's about learning. This bit here about the there's a blue color here, so that's about communication. Then we kind of go into here. I'd say that's more to do about emotions, and it's going into love. So don't forget, we've got Valentine's Day. So this, for me, if you have a look at it, look, here's a bird, open mouthed, if you like. If you want to have a look at it in that way, there's an open mouth, and there's its wings. These are its wings. It's open, it's free, it's willing to accept things that are coming in, things that are going to change, things are, you know, saying things are going to be different, which is absolutely fine. But what about your ideas? What about your input as well? So it's kind of as though, right. So the other thing I did was just to kind of have a quick look round to see if there was anything else. See, I love this character. I love this character because it feels as though the more that I look at it, even if I have a look at it that way around, and it feels like a mammoth. So again, it's this creature, this animal, this being that can carry a load, but a load it's not heavy, but it's happy to do so. And it's sure-footed. That's the other thing about being sure-footed. I think we are knowing of ourselves a lot better than we did do a year ago. Okay, a year ago we were rushing around like headless chickens, trying this, that and the other, and wanting to get everything done. And I admit a lot of people are still rushing around like headless chickens, but there's a lot of us who are kind of having a different pace and perhaps wanting a different pace, wanting change. What's wrong with change? What's wrong for looking for a new direction? What is wrong for kind of saying, this is not working for me. This of what has been is not working for me. Why cannot February be that month of change? Why is it always January? Why not February? You know, January is a month of reflection. What has been in the year before? What would we like for the year ahead? And February is very much, let's put things into action. Let's get things going. So let's have a look at it this way around. Now, for me, this didn't feel comfortable this way around because I felt as though I was still looking at this section here. And I thought, yes, it's still coming out of the card. It's coming out this way, and I didn't feel comfortable. And I really, for me, I'm always with these cards looking at a spot or a colour. That's my focal point, and from there I radiate out to the rest of the card to have a look. Where am I, or where is the person to begin with? Okay. Actually, looking at this is fun. Oh my gosh, no, I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh, right, okay. Now, here's your imagination. Have an open imagination. Here we go. Right. Have an open imagination and things will travel. I haven't seen this before. There's always loads of stuff I never get to see in these cards until I hold them up to a camera or I show somebody else or whatever. Anyway, here we go. Right, this is a person. So this is the head. This is the hair. It's kind of like a Nathaniel, the, oh God, I can't speak of it. Caveman. We'll go for caveman. Or a tribal person. We'll go for tribal. Okay. So long hair over the face. There's a mouth there. Okay. Hand, arm coming down here. This, their spear or their bow, whatever. That's part of it there. Okay, so that's part of the headdress up here, and this is the rest of the body. There's the leg, and they're rushing to and saying hi. So very energetic this way around. Fabulous. I loved it. I hope you can see that. I really hope you can see that person. Let me just move it. There we go. Right, so for me, this is their person. This is their strong arm, their big kind of cartoon hand holding on to this spear or whatever it is. It could be a stick, could be a bow. I'm going to call it a bow. For me, it feels like a bow. Not as a weapon, but as part of their kit. God, they're tall. And, you know, it's important to them because they've got a totem up here as well that they've made. And from down here, there's that leg. Okay, so that's what I'm getting to see there, and it's kind of like, hi, let me teach you, let me show you, let me show you the lessons that I have learned. You know, let this month be the lessons that we have learned for us to be able to move forward. Let us be able to listen, because here it's all about listening. It's about growth. It's about learning still. And down here I can see that growth and learning. And look, oh, she says all excitedly, look, look at that cartoon face, 2 eyes, a nose, and look at that goofy mouth there. Okay, and look, there's the ear just there, and then we have kind of like another face here, troll-like face. But look at the fun, look at the fun of the colors. It's not one where it is just sitting there kind of, we're having fun. This feels fun this way around. It's just lovely. I love it. There we go. You see, I always get to see new things. Oh gosh, I've just seen the face. Look, there's a face that way round. You know, so we've got the goofy person that way round, and then we've got another peekaboo, I see you, and that's in the wings. So again, these cards, when you look at them, things pop out. Look, there's another face just there as well, popping out, kind of that kind of a cheeky grin, cartoonish character. And if you are kids and you can see this, oh my gosh, I bet you could make a story of kind of like, there was this snotty face and all of that. Just, it's us about using our imaginations and let our flight take flight, our ideas take flight. So that's my viewpoint of February. Hopefully that's enough for you. I've rambled on for about 30 minutes, so I just want to wrap it up and just say, those are my Perceptionary cards. That's how I tend to use them. That's how I look at them. Things always pop out more and more. The more that I look at them, the more stuff comes out as well. If you're wanting to have some more information, just let me know. PM, private message me, send me a message, email me, go onto my website, have a look at the cards. There's a few videos on there, how to use them and things like that. Maybe you just like working with colour and you just want to have a go at kind of mixing colours and saying to yourself, well, even if it's through your wardrobe of just going, I'm so bored with wearing black, I had to do that myself. Let's see if I just use different colours, what would happen? Anyway, those are the Perceptionary cards. That's February in a nutshell. For me, it's about breathing. It's about recognizing, we recognize who we are now. We're there. We know who we are. Spiritually, we know where we are. And we're able to kind of say, oh, okay, this is support around us. We're all in this together. We are all, and I mean in existing. We can accept things from others as well as give things to others. We don't have to keep on grabbing for things. We can accept and we can give. We don't have to shout at each other. We can talk to each other. We can say, this is wonderful. Look at these ideas. Let's have a move forward, have a shift forward. For some of you, you may be thinking, I need a complete change. I need a complete change in my ideas or my ethos. I've got this rumbling in the back of my head that where I live, I want to move. So it's all about movement. It's not about staying still. It's not about being grudged down to the earth. It's not about that. For me, February is about things are progressing, things are moving forward. There's a different tone. It's very much, for me, a lot lighter than January. I wish you all the best. Let me know what you think anyway. Let me know what you thought of January as well. Have a look back, find my video. Let me know what you thought of January. That's my thought for February. I look forward to seeing you. Remember, the first Saturday and the third Saturday, it'll be about 5 o'clock that I'm going to be doing my Facebook lives. I'm going to actually have a go at YouTube live as well. But I will put a note up on my Facebook page as well. So have a look out for that. Facebook lives as well. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Website address is www.emilyjbaker.com. Those are my Perceptionary cards, and that's my Perceptionary viewpoint for February 2021. Take care. See you soon. Bye.